God left this world like with a man to take care of it.
For sure.
You get it? And like he never said it's gonna be easy whatsoever. So like challenges are supposed to be there and all that, but the problem with most of African men, and all that is that they're sleeping. You get it? Like they don't want to stand up to to the challenges and all that. You get it? That's why like you see in Botswana right now, like we have Asians coming in and owning everything, owning the land, taking our women, taking everything. By that time, where are the men on social media debating about fucking summer?
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action!
Away.
Yeah. Joey.
Away.
Kelly.
Hi.
Welcome guys to the 2011 podcast.
Once again.
Thank you.
Yeah. For Joe, I think this is the 6th time we are here in this studio.
Yeah, man. I've been here a couple of times, you know.
Yeah.
You know, people think that like the podcast is some around in beef or anything.
We're not rappers.
They're like we chill with each other, we advise each other, we help each other. Like that's how it is.
Yeah. And Kelly now she's a podcaster also. Like,
oh, dope.
Yeah.
Now I'm a podcaster. Thanks to 20th Avenue. You guys are awesome. I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah.
I have a question though.
Yeah.
Why do people think you're beefing?
I think it's because like that's the nature here.
Yeah.
You know, like they always want some sort of who's better, who's what. But as for for podcasters, there's nothing like that.
And they don't know what actually behind the scenes were the best of brothers. Were the best of brothers behind the scenes.
And, you know,
holding
like
each other down.
Yeah, like we actually advise each other, even on guests, even on
As it should be.
Yeah.
So rappers take note. I'm just saying.
Because your records can sell a lot.
Weak bars and like you just listen to somebody else.
Yeah, definitely. And like we actually learn a whole lot from each other, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah,
how are you guys? It's a new narrative.
Yeah. So which means Lou and Kelly should turn around with us.
Only if you pay me with brim. I don't mind.
No, it's a done deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a hectic week and it's been a long year.
It has.
6 months down the line, a lot has happened.
Yeah, bro, like a lot has happened, eh?
Yeah, Jacob Zuma is back, Donald Trump is here.
I just have a lot.
A lot going on in the world.
Ski's about to come back as well as I hear.
Yeah.
Like into the occasion.
Where are you hearing?
I think on the news they see like, you know,
and there's actually this new pastor guy, did you see him?
Which one?
Like he's trending, he's a Nigerian guy, I think he's based in South Africa.
Oh yeah.
I saw my friend Bruce there.
Oh yeah, the one about Bruce. Oh yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't. What happened?
I've seen him something Uche.
Uche something.
Yeah, like is it David Uche or something? Uche.
Yeah, he's one of these fire pastors who are
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's still happening in 2024.
Yeah, it's still happening, bro.
What's wrong, guys?
I don't know,
sincerely, what's the matter?
I thought you'd tell us because when I get one, you know everything.
Whoa!
Yeah.
First of all, I never said that.
Don't you think that you can get blessed by someone? Maybe me or Juni or whoever. Like, don't you think that maybe like if I come and pray for you or somebody else, like, don't you think that when some sort of anointing in a way? I don't know. Like, and then you get blessed.
And then you drive a Lamborghini.
Yeah, and then you drive a Lamborghini. Or a Corolla.
A car.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
I truly believe that people, like we were talking earlier, people are different. We're not all the same.
Yeah.
So you could be anointed because of the time you spend with God and the call on your life, and you need a particular person, right? It's the principle of being a portal or a vessel or whatever, or a healer. But someone's going to pray for me, then in December I'm going to have a Lambo, but I haven't lifted a finger. Where has that ever happened? In life, where has that ever happened? Why do you wake up every day you script a podcast or you put down who's going to be on the show, you call Dumisani, you know, we hang out or whatever, because you're working towards something.
Yeah.
Manna from heaven is biblical, yes. It can happen that in a season, but at some point you stand on your own 2 feet. So where do we get this thing that Dumisani can pray me into living a life of luxury?
Yeah, well, like I feel like that's a complex issue because there's that as well. God, like there's that, you know. There's where I be just chilling and then think that Dumisani can just pray for me and my life changes. But at the same time, but at the same time, there's whereby I be just working my ass off, and then him and I, Dumisani and I cross paths, like he blesses me and all that, and from there my things very similar with Tamasha.
What is blesses me? I'm sorry, what is he blesses me? What is our understanding of being blessed?
You know that your mother can bless you, right?
Absolutely.
Like your father can bless you. Your friend can bless you. Like there's someone in the Bible who was blessed by a friend, right? Or like who was blessed because of friends, something of that sort, right?
I mean, there's a few instances, but yes.
Yeah, like you can meet like a good pastor or a good man of God or whatsoever, and then like he blesses you or she blesses you or whatsoever, and then you get blessed.
Well, personally, from my own perspective, I think
like I'm not disputing your point. Though.
No. Even if you are, I hear you.
I personally think that white stage whereby people are desperate for wealth. So they'll take any route. So there are those who go that Christian route of like going to those pastors. There are some who go through the traditional route. Like So what we're talking about currently apparently is called the Jesus industry. Whereby fine young man puts on a suit, escort his hair, or he pens it shiny black. Speaks big religious words. Performs some magic in the name of miracles. And I feel like what I've picked up from these guys is that like some of them are psychologists, you know. They know how the psyche works. And they're also good motivational speakers.
Exactly.
They know where to hit.
Definitely. So like they always know where to hit and all that.
Kelly is a good speaker for us, so maybe we can be a mama.
A mama of what?
A mama of spirituality.
No.
20th Avenue Gathering.
Ministries.
No, guys.
Yeah, but it's for me, man. Like I've learned to let life take control, you know. Like I've learned to let life.
So narrative you were to return my head. I get these guys that getting money. Black people are not stealing money from black people. That's what people say. Through the name of God, through the religion. And centuries ago, they say the white men stole land from us through the word of God. Are we that weak to the extent that we allow people to get into our minds? And also, why are people using the word of God, the Lord, to take from us?
Psychologically, I would say like we are weak, bro. That's why, and it's not only about God, dog. Like that's why I think like ecoplexes can come and wipe out the whole country like that. Forex can come and I'm not saying that Forex is a scam, but there are some guys who are Forex scammers. You get it? Like they'll come and scam everyone like that. Some use God to scammers and all that. So I'd say as Africans, psychologically we are weak, bro. Like that's the problem. You know, even if Africans were not Christians, like let's say they were King Muslim or Islam, like how do you differentiate it? I get it.
Muslim.
Like Muslim is the religion, Islam is the religion. Someone who's Muslim is who
Islam is the religion.
Person is a Muslim.
When you believe, the person is Muslim.
Is a Muslim. Even through that, I think as Africans, they could just scam us through Islam or Buddhism or whatsoever. I think it's all about being African and having a weak mentality.
And it's sad. I think it's the same way that if you are a horrible person and you see a woman and you know how to kind of work, you know, the predilection of her flesh, kind of. You see the weak spot and you're like, okay, if I do this. Because God is God without scripture. I maintain. God is God without scripture. But if someone uses a tool, the tool of scripture, to manipulate, so if you don't read it for yourself, if you don't choose strength for yourself, it's the same reason why you instill principles into a child. You strengthen, but we don't strengthen ourselves. So it's easy, I agree with you, it's easy to weaken a psyche or a disposition that is not grounded, you know? And for me, it hurts to see like the richness of the resources of our land and Africa, and just like, it almost feels like we're a thing to be ravaged, to be raped, to be pillaged, to be, you know, but like all these beautiful things that leave our continent to go elsewhere to create infrastructures in other countries. It's like, what went wrong? Why are we not fighting? Why are we not? But there's a guy, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, who's been talking about stuff on TikTok and just saying, guys, we're Africans, wake up. Like minerals are leaving. All kinds of minerals are leaving.
Yeah,
do
like
something.
everything is leaving.
Everything is leaving, you know? But I think we're
so minerals are still leaving.
Yeah.
Centuries after.
Like the women are still leaving, minerals are still leaving. Everything is still leaving. Everything is still leaving, bro. But for me, you know, I always see like that's what happens when men are sleeping, you know. Like the problem with you know, like that's true, bro. Like the problem with us, with Africa, and like just people have like the men are sleeping around here.
Why do you think that is?
Like, why do I think they're sleeping?
You think it's by design, or they're just sleeping?
I think it goes back to that psyche part that we talked about as well. That psyche part. At the same time, I think it's all about like men don't want to grow. You get it?
Yes.
Yeah, like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, like being a man, like it comes with challenges. You get it? I mean, dude, like even if you read in even if you go into Genesis, bro, like God left this world like with a man to take care of it.
For sure.
You get it? And dude, like he never said it's gonna be easy whatsoever. So like challenges are supposed to be there and all that, but the problem with most of African men, and all that is that they're sleeping. You get it? Like they don't want to stand up to the challenges and all that. You get it? That's why like you see in Botswana right now, like we have Asians coming in and owning everything, owning the land, taking our women, taking everything. By that time, where are the men on social media debating about fucking summer? Or about fucking overview podcast or whatsoever.
Right.
You know, dude, like you see like the social media conversations, you never see me and Dumisani talking about land policy or whatsoever. Like it's always about the stupid stuff, bro.
Or things that matter. Like I always say, you know, kids go missing. Passion killings, all these just horrific things that we become desensitized to. And you never hear a man stand up and say never. It's become normal to not expect a man to show up anyway.
Yeah, but like you talk about entertainment, that's where you see
the first thing.
Talk about social football, that's you.
Sunday.
Sunday. So not that it's, I mean, yeah, dude, like that's part of life, but we have given it too much attention.
It's not the whole thing.
Yeah, compared to the main things that we have neglected the main things.
Man.
Like as men, you get it. Man. And gotta do like a man is a leader, you get it. That's just how it exactly. So like if men are sleeping, like everything is gonna sleep. Like the crops won't grow.
So you saying that we as men don't have like enough strength or enough balls to like tackle the horn, like to hold the bull with its horns.
It's almost like you don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to.
It's like you don't want. You would rather a woman be the man. And sit or just like on the side.
How did you reach to that level?
This is what I want to understand. There was a time I was like,
yeah.
Or even, no, I don't, because I've seen black men be complacent. You're comfortable with sharing lofa brotolengwana. Huh? So how do you expect them to respect you? But you're supposed to be leading. Where are we going? What is the reassurance that this family is going to live?
Yeah.
So when I start doing it by myself, you can't then start calling me names. You know what I mean? Because now the masculine is facing the masculine. And you are the only person that can diffuse and steer the culture of the home.
Yeah, and also like at the same time as a man, like I put you in danger. I mean, like as a man, like if you become masculine and all that, like I put you in danger because you are like dog, like we take
exactly
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, like it's my responsibility to be. You get it. So like I feel like that's the whole dialogue. But like the problem is that we don't understand each other because women are coming hurling insults at us. Not like we are angry at women and all that. So like the point is always missed. But at the end of the day, the buck stops with us men. Like I said, God left a man in control of the world. You get it? Like that's just how it is. I give you that on a hierarchy. There's God, men, and women.
And children.
Yeah, and children. So like a man, God blesses Mosadi through a man and children through a man, stuff like that. God like that shows the power that a man has, but we don't live like that anymore. You get it? Like men are not in control anymore. Like I'm saying, that's why like the people from other continents are coming into our continent, taking and owning everything.
There's space for it.
Yeah, that's why our children and our women go to Dubai, and stuff like that, because we are not taking care of them properly this side. Like we are focused on fucked up shit. Like I'm saying, go onto the socials right now. Do me like, where's your phone? Go onto the socials and then you see like do like a topic in what like men are arguing or debating about right now. Like it's either Messi or Ronaldo, what this and what not. Yeah.
It's about that one is carrying more palms, bigger palms than the other
stuff. Dude, like I think that's the
men to men. What's like in between us?
Men to men now?
Like what's like in between us men?
Like men to men, I'd say like a lot gets laking, bro. Like,
is it because of how we're raised? Is it because of
it's mainly part of it. Like it's mainly part of it. First things first, I'd say there's just a whole we haven't healed like as the black society, from a whole lot of things, like what you call it, slavery, apartheid,
colonialism.
That. Like we haven't healed from there. Like that's why we are. Like the black society is the same, whether in Africa or UK or.
Is it the lack of opportunities? Is it the lack of opportunities on a black man's table which leads him to be what he is?
No, I doubt, because I believe that. Listen, bro. Like I believe that you create opportunities for yourself.
Okay.
There are no opportunities, and like the reason why the whites came to Africa is because there was not enough land there anymore. So like they created an opportunity from for themselves. So like they traveled outside America.
Found a way.
You get it? Like we have to create opportunities for ourselves. You get it?
Yeah.
So like there's nothing such as like no opportunities whatsoever.
Okay.
Like because there's like for me, like I learned this when I started podcasting around here, because like I've seen that opportunity.
Yeah.
You get it, and then like I created that opportunity. People were doubting it from the jump, but now look at how many are in the industry right now.
Yeah.
You get it? Yeah. So like I'd say like we haven't healed from a whole lot of stuff. Like how do you pronounce that? Colonialism. That's colonialism. Because like I have a speech disorder. Like I don't know.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
A disorder?
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you do have it, bro, you really know how to manage it.
And then like we haven't healed from even happy like one thing with men is that like we have no role models,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, like timers are not in the home.
Yes.
You get it? Like fathers are not in the home. Like for me, for instance, like my dad died when I was 5. You get it? Yeah, and then like when you look around, dog, like uncles didn't really step up. You get it? So like you got like the uncles social football, my pop's social football. You get it? Like someone who's bro. Like I'd say like that's where the problem comes.
Would you say you raised yourself?
No, like I was raised by my mom.
No disrespect to your mom. I mean,
being
the man, growing up, do you feel like you discipled yourself into manhood because there was because you said the uncles didn't step in?
Yeah.
So like that's always my thing. Like what is Setswana manhood? It's almost like people I guess like.
Yeah, like one thing is that like when you are raised by a mother, like like wow, who you are in a feminine setup. So like that's why when I like Botswana is such a feminine country right now.
It is.
You know, like everything Botswana is done on emotions. Kind of like that's because like most of us are raised by women.
I like this thing.
Like you get it. Like because most of us are raised by women. So like we turn out to be bitch niggas. You get it. You get it. Like you get what I'm saying.
I wouldn't use that word, but
yeah, but
I get you.
So in terms of being a man, like how would you want to like you have to, yeah, like you said, disappoint yourself into manhood. And when you do it alone, you won't do it properly.
That's exactly what I'm at. So how does that play out, or how has that played out in your relationships with women? Assuming that that's what you like.
I'd say like since I grew up since I was raised by a woman, so like I automatically grew up loving women. You get it? So like I'm such a lover, stuff like that, yada yada, blah blah blah. But at the same time, there are some things that I like, especially from
not having your dad around.
Not having my dad around, stuff like that. You get it? So yeah, like this way I like not necessarily in the relationship in hell, but even into life, into the world and all that. But here's the funny thing, like both of us kinda like we need a father, you get it?
Yeah.
Like both a guy and a girl. You get it? Because kinda like masculinity is the like what you call it? The center, like is it the center?
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like it's like that thing, like we both need it. Like we both need a dad. Like you need a dad, I need a dad. So
it balances, especially in one is perfect.
Exactly. Sure. So even if both of us are raised by a lady alone, like both of us are not going to be fully okay.
Got you, yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So like you can be a girl who raise you a good lady here, but at time I see you like this way you're going to like same as me, at time I see you this way I'm going to like, because they say kinda like a child or like a child needs both of their parents again. But they say until Manalebo 7, 8, 10. Like that's where the mother like I didn't Spanish, but from that age onwards, like you need a dad because a dad teaches you how to survive.
Survival skills.
Survival skills. Like either on fun, I can or whatsoever. Like you get it. So like that's basically that.
I get you. It's sad.
Yeah, it is, bro.
It's sad that we can all relate to this like single narrative. You know, I think maybe like a dad in the home is like the cornerstone of the home. You know, and everything emanates from here because there's only so much that a mom can do. And there's a part of your masculinity that whether she likes it or not, she'll never be able to feel it based solely on the fact that she's not a man.
Exactly.
Right?
Living as a man, there's something that I like. There are things that I cannot do, like the feminine.
1,000%.
Because I'm not exactly. Like,
so
that's how it is.
So now we're here. She does. What are we saying? What are we saying? Because I think this is where we need. We already know what's like messed up and what's tethered in our society and broken. We agree.
That's why I was seated here today, like to talk about it. Because if you say let's have like dialogues, it will take a long time. The logistics and stuff like that. Everything. So the honest truth is, what has happened in the past, it has happened. One is to like man up, pull up your socks, like move on, so that you create a better future for the coming ones.
But also do stuff you don't want to do, hey?
Bro.
Like do the ugly stuff. And this is where I have a gripe with social media. You know, this like, I was sitting with people yesterday and we were all talking about how 2 hours can lapse and you're on TikTok. An hour and a half can lapse and you're on Instagram. It's like there's a part of our brains that's being dumbed down, Do the difficult thing. Put the phone down. Have these conversations, you know what I mean? If you're a single father, I'm a single mother, and we're neighbors, not necessarily trying to start a relationship. In this community, how are we building the kids? Do you know what I mean? Can my child and your child come and play in my front yard for an hour just to show that a man and a woman can relate in a way that's like non-sexual?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't have to come into my house. Why are you in my house, brother?
But that was difficult, huh?
Why?
Like,
Why is it?
That was difficult.
This man's mouth is very vile.
That's joy for you.
Whoa.
That's joy for you.
It's okay.
I'll tell
I'm gonna
you,
put you in
it's
time
difficult now. Like, for example, I know where you live, Kim. Like, how often do you greet all those 5 people that are next to your house? How often do they greet you?
Okay, my neighbor every day. The one weird lady in the corner every so often. The Indian people moved. The guy next door, I think he's DIS, so never. The woman next door to him, her dog is always harassing me, so I talk to her often. The other 2 at the top, not really, but for the most part, just this neighbor.
So in a normal setup,
Yeah.
you guys are supposed to be talking to all of you, like, to each other every day.
Sure.
Your kids are supposed to be talking to each other. They're supposed to be knowing how you're feeling today, and a good mood, in a bad mood, and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a family setup to the extent whereby if your daughter is doing some misbehaving, the lady next door can
Absolutely.
talk to your daughter.
Yeah, or reprimand her.
Yeah, reprimand. So, like, the point that you're raising, in this current times, is a bit difficult.
It is, but then what, Tunisia? It's the same thing. I'm saying we know it's difficult.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in your little corner. For instance, my neighbor next door, I asked her the other day, because I forgot to top up on Bubi on a Sunday. And she gave me a nice little bucket. I was like, oh, this is, I'm intentional about that relationship. Because God forbid anything happens to me, or anything, or to her, or to, we can account for each other, even if it's in this little corner. It's difficult to do that in 2024, to have conversations with other adults. But knowing what we know, and we agree it's hard, we agree we're broken, then what?
No, like the thing is that I feel like good, it's simple, ne? Like we as men, good, like we need to man up, like we need to step up, because one thing, like the social, like for instance, like the social football debate.
Right, Anna?
Like the social football debate. I for one believe that everything got messed up when women started attending social football. But here's the thing, like I believe that, but here's the thing, women will always go wherever men go.
Sure.
Because like the biggest influence in life is masculinity, like you get it. So like women will always follow men. You get it. So whatever that we men do wrong, women will follow suit. Whatever that we do right, women will follow suit, including children as well.
When's your birthday? I want to buy you something for you.
I don't like 13th April next year.
So speaking of Sunday soccer, my old man used to take me to Sunday soccer like a lot. When I was like
back then, right?
Yeah.
How was it that time?
It was only guys.
Only cheaters.
Like it didn't even change, like in the open space.
Exactly. Like that. Like that's how it was. Like it was for men to, gather there, have fun.
Boys' time.
So take your little kids there. Like I remember, like when I was a kid, like my dad died when I was 5, but I still remember one day, like he took me to like a social football. And it was all men. You get it? Like it was all men. How can I get like the African culture, or like there's a pot for men there?
Yes.
And there's, for instance, whenever there's a leso or linyalo, like let's say this, basadi ba jala kwa lapeng banna ba go khotla. Basadi le bana are not supposed to gather together during social gatherings and all that. But with social football and all that, like it's totally the opposite. So like that's why you see like it gets messed up and all that.
Is that a degeneration of like our morals? Is that how that happens? Because I remember knowing that I didn't go to soccer with my
women
cousins.
go to Sunday soccer with their male friends. Married women.
So my question is this: at what point did it become okay? What happened in within us as a people? What happened? Because I'm saying I remember a time when I never could have thought.
Just after COVID, so people like, I know we need to refresh our minds. Let's just go out and be social and stuff like that, and it picked momentum.
Also like the other thing, like it got fucked up when it became a thing in Gaborone. You know how Gaborone is, dog. Gaborone always messes up everything. Like you see, like you see how Gaps now is missing the Farmer's Day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already always messing up everything. You know, cause like when Gaborone dudes comes into the picture, like they invite their girlfriends, their small houses, their what. So okay, fine. Like women, like the whole Sunday soccer thing got messed up when we started inviting women there.
Or rather, when you led women there.
Exactly.
Because you are a leader by design.
Exactly.
So what do we do now, brothers? I want to get to a. What are we?
Let's go off season. Let's go off season for a bit. Like Sunday soccer. Like it should be on off season for like 3 months, and then we sit down, we analyze.
No, but now like the problem is that like if they go off season, the marathons will take over. Or the Farmers' Days will take over. You get it? Or the Makhadi Pigs will take over. Or whatsoever. You get it?
Yeah. You keep saying man up, sorry. What is that? What does that look like?
Manning up.
Yeah, what is manning up practically?
Basically like understanding what a man is. You get it? Like I mean like you should just ask me one day or just do me or any other man like one day that you bump into dog. Like as a man, how and what do you understand? Yeah, like that's where it all starts. Like most of us, like we don't understand what a man is. But like a man is a leader. But also from the very stuff like that. You know, yeah, like it basically starts from there. Like understand. Good, it's like a home. You get it? Like there are parents and their kids. There's dad, there's mom, and then there are kids, right? Like we know a role of a dad, I get it.
Yeah.
We know a role of a mom and a role of the children. And in some instances, like in proper instances, a dad knows what his role is as a dad, right? So, but in most instances, like you tell us, it's about as much stuff like that. I think like that's where like you start to man up. Okay, yeah, like as a man, why do I exist? Why did God create Monape? There's a reason why God created Monape.
Right.
He could have created Eve first, but he chose to create. You get it?
Because it's intentional. So there's an intention behind you being first.
Yeah, even when they took the forbidden fruit, God spoke to Adam, like not Eve, right?
Yeah.
Amara, like how can you let her do this? You get it? Like not the other way around. So yeah, like I believe that's how like you get to man up. Understand why you exist as Joey or as Jumi or as...
So your question is what does manning up mean?
Yeah. Or rather deducing that it's what I'm hearing from you is an identity thing.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know what you are, you can't be the best of it.
Yeah, like if you don't know what you are, if you don't know who you are, you cannot be the best of it.
Nah, my definition, manning up is being responsible. Yeah, it's being...
In layman's terms.
Yeah, like it's being responsible.
As a man.
Yes.
Yeah. Like you can go to Sunday soccer, but make sure that the kids have something to eat.
Sure.
Yeah. Make sure that the kids have done their homework. Make sure that your wife's car is fueled up to the full tank. Yeah. But anyway, let's leave this meaning up thing in Sunday soccer because it will seem as if we have an agenda.
Yeah.
It's 2024. It's an election.
Shout out to my Jita though, by the way. Hey dog, Hey, dog. I'm gonna say that
shout out to my
like I sold out and all that.
Yeah.
Yo, niggas, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
No, I understand you.
I'm with you, man.
It's dialogue. We're getting
we just have to, a bit and all that.
The podcast.
Yeah, %. Yeah, you were saying 2024 elections.
2024, it's an elections year. Yeah, a lot is happening. When I'm saying it's an elections year, like 90% of the world is going for elections for the polls. Yeah. Did you guys ever think that Jacob Zuma will make a return of the Mac?
Yes.
You saw it coming.
He has a father's heart.
Like he has a father's heart.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Hear me out. People can connect to him. Yeah. People in Nkandla or wherever. He has a heart for the people. by principle, he lives he lives that integrity. So people always vote for people that remind them of themselves. So for that reason, I always thought I didn't think of it as like impossible. No, I wasn't surprised at all.
Like, for me, it came as a shocker, bro.
Really?
I never thought.
And I was just sitting, bro, there laughing like it was a comedy. Like, listen, like this sort of connection.
I bet like this thing with African leaders always wanting to come back, bro.
Yeah, they never want to concede.
But what I noticed with these elections, like not only Takumzans, like in general, like the politics, the governance and all, what are the young people in the front line?
Bruh, like starting with America, bro. Like, why do we have an 80-year-old contesting against the? Wait, like how old is Joe Biden? 83.
80.
Contesting against how old is Trump? 79.
And when Robert
that's so
Mugabe
fucked
didn't
up,
want to
bro.
leave,
It was a problem.
he must get out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now, we have like two of the oldest dudes in America contesting to be presidents. That's so fucking wrong, bro.
What are the young people?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are we interested in the issues of governance, or we don't have much knowledge?
It goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Our interests are very misplaced, bro. We're only interested in what Beyonce and Jay-Z is doing. You get it?
Yeah.
We're not interested in governance, the land, the economy, stuff like that. That also shows you that the young people are not really interested where they should be interested. I mean, it doesn't make sense for great grandfathers to be contesting for presidency, like American presidency for that matter.
Yeah, first world.
Yeah, first world, bro. Know.
I'm glad you didn't talk about gatekeeping and no one is letting us in, because there's also a part where but also mebra. At what point, it almost feels like it's on purpose. The same thing I was saying earlier about social media dumbing down our senses. I'm not saying that no young person is interested in governance. But it feels like there's a thing at work that is keeping people stuck and distracted. And that's why you don't see young people, because one, they're tired of the gatekeeping, but also there are things in society right now that people are incredibly distracted by. Because like he's saying, these two grandpapas, great-grandpapas are not what's going on.
Both of them are not fit to be leaders. I mean, those guys should be enjoying their retirement somewhere. Yeah. And also Zuma shouldn't be coming back. He's a great you get it. Yeah, but for me, back to Zuma, to be honest, I never saw him coming back, to be honest. But yeah, hey, dude, I just don't like how he jacked up EFF, man. I mean, his comeback just, jacked up EFF and all that.
Guys, do we really think that,
or such developments also?
Yes, you're saying, I never would have thought that this would have happened. Why do we not think that there's somebody somewhere playing chess with our political emotions?
Like a sponsor.
Yeah, if you like chess, if you remove Dumisani for 3 years and we forget about him, then we weaken the structure. By the time we bring him back, he's going to do what he said he did to the EF. I think we are ignorant of how intentional politics is. We're very ignorant, because democracy is not really that. It's not a freedom to choose. I present myself as an option and then pick from the option. So if I don't vote for you, then I'm not exercising my political right. I actually am. You're being apathetic as a youth. Okay, sure. But my constitutional right shouldn't be whether or not I hinge off of what you are presenting to me. It's a game of chess. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
The same way black people's emotions are political. Show a white police officer with his knee on the neck of a black man. What do you think is going to happen? People who have been oppressed, we haven't dealt with the wound of slavery and colonialism and then it becomes black versus white. Then you can use that for your campaign. You can use that as your rally or livestock.
So why are people sponsoring politicians? Is it because of power interests? Or
I wouldn't know.
No, like obviously.
Kelly's trying to sound.
No, I get like I would like I would sponsor you so that whenever you get in power, like
right, put me on.
Like you put me on and all that. But I for one don't believe in democracy though. Like, do you believe in democracy?
There's no such thing. No.
Like, do you believe in democracy?
I actually do, bro.
Okay.
Journey us through it.
Okay, I actually do. Democracy does exist, but it depends on how that governance vehicles be.
Do you believe in the model of democracy?
Yes, I actually believe it more than any other model.
Why do you vote?
Unfortunately, I'm the guy who doesn't vote. Like,
exactly.
I don't vote.
Exactly.
No, I don't vote.
Why? Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, like why don't you? Yeah.
I once had a conversation with someone like this, and they were really interested in understanding why.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm saying voting, I'm not only necessarily talking about elections, even like class monitor. When people are making noise, the class monitor will write everyone's name except for his friend's name.
Yeah.
So why should I vote for someone who's always taking me to the principal's office?
But then,
so like in a nutshell, you don't believe in democracy?
Yes.
Which other option would I be in? Because I don't like. I'm not a comrade to those other options.
For instance, couldn't I say, okay, like looking at us Botswana and Africans in general, we are not conscious enough to make our own decisions, bro. Like, to be honest, like to be honest, we are not conscious enough to make our own decisions. You get me? I mean, the reason why I'm asking you why would you vote is the same reason that I always ask other people, why are you voting, though? They always talk a whole lot of bullshit shit, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm voting this guy because I want to leave. Do you understand that the nigga that you're voting for, you're voting him to be your legislature? Kind of like a legislature is someone who will you tell this guy that you're voting, everything. You get it? So like if you vote someone because like what are you solving?
Exactly.
Like you get me?
Yeah.
So like now I feel like, I don't know, bro, like I feel like, especially as Africans, I feel like we are not conscious enough to be democratic because like we don't understand what democracy is in the first place.
But it goes down to the deadening of the senses of us as a people.
Yeah.
You don't know you have options.
Yeah.
What would happen in a little African country? Let's call it Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Yeah, Wakanda. Dumisani wants badly to lead us because Hosi or whatever, and he needs a sacrifice to see this through. If everyone in Wakanda says no, that's not going to happen. But you see the thing you're struggling with, or you don't know what other options are. It's an African thing. That's what I'm saying. Democracy is presented to you almost as the only option. Do you understand? Almost as the only option. If that's what you're giving me, I should be able to sit and say to you, why are there potholes in the city center? And you should be able to give me a decision. If you tell me that, for instance, my kid I need to understand why. And if you get mad at me for exercising my constitutional right, then maybe this democracy thing is not what we think it is. And why am I not allowed to question it? Not question the authority that you have or the office you occupy, but if it's for my good, how do you represent me when it comes to legislature when you don't know who I am? You don't know my gripe. How wana akatshengwa ke thabo. When I saw Gidinto, but Banaba Twingwa, then what is democracy exactly? Why can we not have a round table, and say, okay, all due honor, all due respect. I have a question though. I'm 35. Let's say. I'm younger than you, but I'm an adult with a constitutional right to understand, and I hope that's why we were educated. So that I can ask pertinent questions, so that if I decide to stand in some body of governance, it's informed, not by my assumptions, not by democracy, but that my people have the plight of my people. Otherwise, what is it that you're presenting to me? That's why I struggle with it.
Yeah, you see, even in the, like, if you look into the UK, like, system and all that, like, you see that they use both. They use both dictatorship and democracy. Yeah, but like at the top is dictatorship, like the queen, like the monarchy. You know,
final say.
Yeah, the monarchy is at the top, then the prime minister. You get it. But like, you look at how UK it is right now. That's the one of the superpowers in the world. You get it. I understand even Belgium uses is it Belgium? Yeah, countries like Belgium, when like, if I'm not mistaken, like it's the monarchy system. The biggest democratic country in the world is India. Look at how the economy, I think, is in shutters right now. You get it. Look at China, Korea, Japan. Dictatorship, but like the economy is thriving.
Yeah.
Libya was good when it was led under dictatorship. You get it. Rwanda is Gaddafi. Rwanda is dope now, like under a dictatorship. You get it. Well, like for America, I understand, because America, it's countries that decided to be one country. So like there has to be some sort of democracy there. You get it. So like it doesn't necessarily mean that like democracy is the right way of ruling or whatsoever, like how it's presented to us, or the only, like you're saying, you get it, the only ethical way or whatsoever.
But let me show you one thing, huh?
Yeah.
We're all talking in this big words, democracy, We're in Africa, bro. We're still living under the Roman Dutch law. Yeah. It's not all of us who are Romans, and we're not even Dutch. For centuries, we're living under the Roman Dutch law. Isn't it time whereby like our different and respective governments just like stay out of that Roman Dutch law? They create their own laws and stuff like that. Why is it that our judges and magistrates are still wearing wigs?
I think that's why dictatorship is such a middle finger to democracy. What is the root of democracy? If we actually sat down and like chronologically what birthed it, you might find that it's not in the interest of any African. So when an African wants to awaken or enlighten another African, you can't have that. Why do we take out the best of the best? Either by a bullet to the head, or all of a sudden he fell sick. Why? What power does Joey have to influence the mind of a young black Motswana man? Why do I need to silence him? So we might call it dictatorship because it's English, but if it's thriving, then wait a minute, let's see this model. What does it mean, and why even us as a country, why do we benchmark a particular African nation when we are doing certain things, but then turn around and say this dude is a dictator? Is it dictatorship, or is it a man leading his people towards freedom
and prosperity
and sustainability? Yeah.
You get it. You look at how like we have this thing of like as Africans of using the systems that are used in the Western culture. For instance, the land allocation system. Bro, there's enough land for everyone in Africa. Why are we using the system, Samaho, stuff like that? I get it when they use that system because there's no land there. You get it, but bro, now before, like, you know that Khosi would just allocate. Like the village chief would just allocate here and there, yada. You get it. But now you wait for 12 to 20 years for a piece of land because of how the system, mainly because of we have adopted the system like bringing it here. You get it? So I feel like sometimes people like Africans, like before this whole civilization thing, before the whites came to Africa, like there was nothing such as democracy, bro.
It was a borderless country. Africa was a borderless country.
Exactly.
Run by ethics and morals, money, resources.
You get it. Shakazulu was somewhere there.
Mansamusa was somewhere there.
Kama was somewhere there. Queen was somewhere there. Like this is just how it was, bro.
So I guess we should start bordering the continent. Live in a borderless continent whereby if you feel like going to see your cousin or brother-in-law in Zambia, you just cross the road.
I don't know if it's a tricky one.
Yeah, but I don't want to say it's reckless.
It's a tricky
I don't know if
one.
borderless is almost like a pseudo-nostalgic kind of if we were borderless. You know, let's also not be so ignorant to think that Bulela and then we're all going to live in harmony. I think back to what you were saying, like what serves the average African? A Nigerian is Nigerian, a Kenyan is a Kenyan, a Botswana is a Botswana for a reason. God himself placed you there with full knowledge.
Different locations.
Yeah, that there's this land owes you. Now till the land. Do you understand? Yeah. There must be order. So I'm not saying, Bulela and then we'll live in like paradise, but something's gotta give somewhere, you know?
But at the same time, I always feel like Africa is too big to be open and to be united, you know? I mean like we're just I feel like, you know, Africa can be maybe like open and united in about maybe like 4 segments or 4 parts. Got like Southern Africa, Western Africa, Northern, Eastern, and then Central.
Like how it was in the 60s, Malawi, Zambia, and Zimbabwe was one country.
Exactly, yeah. Even when you look at people from Malawi, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, they look the same.
Yeah.
They look the same.
My maternal grandfather. He walked from Malawi to Zambia.
You see,
when he was 5 years old with his parents.
Yeah, you see, exactly. Yeah. And then like you look at people from Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, South Africa, they look the same.
Yeah.
Like you get it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Like look at people at Eastern Africa, Eritrea, Ethiopia. They look the same. Yeah. Exactly. West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, this and that. They look the same.
Yeah.
North Africa, Libyans, Egyptians, Tunisians, they all look the same.
Yeah.
You get it? So like I think Africa is just divided into some parts. Like that I feel like if you want to open up trade or maybe unite or whatsoever, like you should do it according to those parts.
Yeah.
You get it? So yeah.
But you guys didn't answer my question. Where are the young people?
I think when young people are tired also.
Of what?
Well, they're tired.
Being lied to.
By who, bro?
The powers that be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's what is termed, youth apathy. The youth don't vote. I maintain I cannot stand by something I don't understand. Look at what just happened in Kenya. Young people had had enough. They had to take it to the streets. I think it happened in Egypt as well. It was called Black something, where young people took, because they had no other choice, and frustration dictated that we take it to the streets or we take it to the Twitter streets. There was, it made a difference. Their voice was heard. I feel like any child whose voice you suppress in a home will eventually turn on you. I think young people, I stand to be corrected, on some level are just waiting for some people to die.
But what about in countries like USA or Botswana or whatsoever? I mean, like young people have some sort of liberation. Yeah, like especially the USA, for instance. Like young people have. Even I think, if I'm not mistaken, USA is the one country with the most young millionaires or billionaires or whatsoever. Yeah, but young people are not jumping into politics compared to old people. Botswana as well, I don't think that young people are oppressed that much.
No, I don't.
Yeah, but
I'm not about oppression.
But if you look at our interests, why are you not interested in politics, for instance?
Because I can't say what I want to say without fear of being silenced.
How?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So,
regime now.
Yesterday I was only
why are you not into
politics?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. My political party is called journalism.
Journalism.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was having a conversation yesterday with the late Homo Mumtsoliti's son.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he's like a young brother to me, always told me. So I asked him, I was like, why not into politics? He did mention his reasons. You watch it in the next episode.
Cool.
And then my second question to him was, I was like, so are you saying that politics is a game of the old men? So that's the same question that I'm asking you guys. Do you think politics is a sport for the old men, for the old folk? Because even then in politics still, it's men, it's grown men. Like there's no women. Like it's not that era Abu Margaret Nasha, Abu Matsele, so and stuff like that. In America, they like how many women do you know who are in the governance system? Where's Makosa Zuma now? Yeah. Where's Valega Mbete?
No, not like I think it's some sort of like, what's the term? Like it's a simple term that I forgot though.
Yeah.
When what happens?
Like what do you call it? Like it's hard. What I feel like, you know what happens to me like every time like we try to do commentary on politics?
Yeah.
Everyone always say John politiki.
That's what I mean by silenced.
Like everyone, like you find an oldest man saying John politiki. Like why should I why is I trying to comment on politics when politics is the one that dictates how I live?
So that's the oppression.
Stuff like that.
That's what I mean. Not and I mean you can't even.
Oh yeah, I know, but I get like that
it.
is a societal thing.
But then it plays too much into what is due to you. Do you understand what I mean?
True.
The land owes you.
Definitely, yeah, true.
Why are you denying me? By silencing me, since 1940. Cool, but this is 2024. Life has evolved past the principles that you live by in 48.
Yeah.
How do we bring the two together? And my issue is that it's not a matter that's easily tabled, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, well, guys, like if you guys observe all these things, like it all goes back to the issue that we're talking about.
Right.
Men.
Top issue. Top issue.
Yeah, us men.
Top issue.
No, definitely.
But what are the women in the politics system also? We're putting you on the spot now, Kelly. What are the women?
I don't know. I don't have a vested interest to be a politician.
Yeah.
I have a vested interest to be a voice because politics to me is a very dirty game.
Okay.
Yeah. It's incredibly unattractive because I'm still to see a good male role model who wants the plight of the people, not the plight of my cousin and my kids, and then so that we can. I've never seen that.
But wasn't Obama like a good example?
He's not
of what?
Of a good leader. Good leader.
No, was Obama like a good leader though?
He came with Yes We Can.
Oh yeah.
And then?
Like the campaign, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did.
And then what? Obamacare.
Obamacare, and they caught Osama bin Laden.
That's what makes him a good leader.
Yeah. But for me, dog, I'm not for the. I mean, I really have a problem with this whole thing. Women should be in politics, or blacks should be in politics, or whites should be in politics, because politics is a game of merit, guys. Like it's not about merit. Yeah, like it's not even about gender. It's not even about. Once I spot this women thing, this black thing, this I do like I'm automatically not interested.
You like this guy?
I just want to say something. You're incredibly perceptive and intelligent and easy to talk to, and it's refreshing to sit next to. I think you're a man who knows who he is because you probe. Yeah, so don't despise that.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, I want people like the people that are listening. Yeah. People are always saying Joey has no to sharp and stuff like that. Like,
then he laughs.
Oh no, you know.
Like this is the real Joey.
Why do people say that?
Yeah, man.
Because no, like I feel like the content that he speaks on his podcast. They can't separate what he says on the podcast and him.
That thing.
Yeah, because you know, like the podcast is just a fraction of me.
Of who you are.
Yeah, like it's just a small fraction of, like people don't know who I am. Sharp. You get it? Happen like on the podcast, I do a podcast. I always have to, like, you're using the word dumb down, like the phrase dumb down, I always have to dumb myself down to the character and the atmosphere of the guest. Get it? Like to make it fun to make it relatable and all that. I mean, for instance, today we can have Skawara teacher. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna have Chili Boy like as a minister of youth and all that. Like we're gonna do that. Tomorrow we have an MP from a different political party. We're gonna do that. Tomorrow we have an artist, stuff like that. So, and then like there's me and Fleaser, like where we just express ourselves and like as Jita,
commentary.
Like you know that commentary is just comment. And like we talk shit and stuff like that. So like people basically judge me based on that, you know. But like I don't have a problem with that because like I know that is the nature of people. Like they just see like a smaller fraction of you and like they judge you with that.
With that. I think there's where it works for you. Keep it.
Exactly. I enjoy this asshole persona, you know. Like I love it more when people see me as this asshole and all that because like they don't. Good, like they know that it keeps them away from it.
Exactly.
You get it. So like I know that I'm, like whenever I'm in my space, I'm safe like that.
Sure.
Get it. And also like it makes me get away with murder sometimes and all that. You get it because people don't expect much.
Yes. Okay. Sure. There's an episode. I can't remember who you had interviewed.
Yeah.
And someone made a statement looked like a stupid thing. The thing the person said was stupid. I thought it was utter rubbish. And he laughed. He burst out into laughter. Where I was like, I would have had to think about how to respond to this person. And I thought that's an admirable trait.
Literally.
On me? Okay.
Yeah, do that.
So it's only yesterday that I told you that you're joining them.
And then what did she say?
About the man, we're getting no Joey. About the Tumsan, which Joey man? Getting no Joey Badubi. Overview. Badubi. And then, like, I don't remember what she said, but like, she was a bit young.
But he told me the baby. I said, this dude is not serious. So I said to him, I got the invitation out for class somehow. Deception. I don't know if you're setting me up or like what.
Like that.
But
and then, one of your bets I told yesterday. I told him when I'm coming to you to pick you up.
Yeah, bro.
He's Joey. He doesn't care. You could have come with the first season of the taxi. He would have laughed it off.
But like one thing that I have a problem with, is that it's Joey. No, guys, I'm not Joey.
He's doing it right
it's
now.
Not like
You're proving my point. What I'm saying is, it seems like the persona seems like you do this like water off a duck's back thing. And I don't know if it's strategic. Or if that's if it's the persona, or if the other Joey that we don't see is like that. I'm just saying, like he would have been cool. He would have been alright.
I think it should be viewed more as of a character.
It's
like listening to Deep Nature Brando.
No, but I'd say that's me, but just a fraction of me. It doesn't define who I am. You get it? Because I feel like I'm just like one thing with me is that I'm a very multifaceted person. And I think one of the reasons why I'm good at podcasting is because I'm versed in various spheres of life and you get it and avenues of life. When you talk politics I can jump in, when you talk this I can jump in, when you talk in cement I can jump in, stuff like that. But I'm at my podcast, it's all about me chilling with the gents. That's why we said it it's also known as Komajite. Because Komajite, having fun with the guys, with everyone, and then talking about serious issues. One thing with people is that one thing with our society is that people are not, they don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. But it's the same uncomfortable conversations that are going to bring solutions.
Exactly.
You get it? Like those are the conversations that are going to bring enlightenment.
Yeah.
Like through those conversations, you're going to understand what's going on with this, like around our society, who is who, and
that you're not the only person thinking
exactly
those things.
Yeah, and for me, like I hate this picture perfect.
Which is why I brought you guys together, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joey came before you on this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, like people have some of his views and stuff like that. You came after Joey. I think you came early this year, if not last year.
Yeah, early this year.
Yeah, and your conversation trended, like it trended a lot. Yeah. So what I was thinking, I was like, what if I put these two guys in one room?
Oh yeah, together.
And then we get into trouble.
See what happens. And you get together.
Yeah.
That was cool though.
So what did we should help Kelly like launch a podcast?
Yeah, no, yeah, like definitely. What you wanted to be about?
Life.
Oh,
Social
life in
issues.
general.
Yeah, life in general. Like I was saying earlier, you said I must save it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I posted a thing on my WhatsApp called Monday Morning Musing. You know, I don't publish it anywhere else. And the first one I did, the question was, do we really believe that we don't owe each other anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do we go through life really, you know, and like the feedback was crazy, you know? A friend of mine in South Africa was like, no, that's utter hogwash because I owe my child the integrity of a responsible parent.
Yeah.
That child owes me honor and reverence and respect. That's what builds the dynamic of a healthy relationship, not a perfect one. Right? So if we go around saying, I don't owe to Misa anything, how about podcasting, about hospitality, right? Proning, ocean basket, and some verve, because I'm a girl about time. You understand that? And that's not real life. Because Radisana Young, if I'm the one who's always receiving, and I can even turn around and say, if we leave from here and I've got a ride, you live, literally, if you live in Parks and I live in Block 5, I'm going to take you home. Because at some point, you know how we were raised, but her mother was once rude or depraved towards the dad. That's how relationships break down. So I do owe you respect. If I can't meet you there, I can help you look for a solution. What happened to us is we became so tethered morally that a 60-year-old man can look at a 12-year-old girl and get aroused and it's desensitized and it's normal. What happened? An elderly man, 65, early 70s. I was getting my car fixed. He was coming out of his yard next door to my mechanic. And the first thing that happened was I got scared in my body. I prepared myself for harassment. That day, I could have cried because I expected him to abuse me in some way, and he didn't. And I remembered a time where it was safe to be around a grandfather, an older man. But what happened? How do you, as my uncle, sleep with someone who's younger than me? And then I turn a blind eye, at family functions, what happened?
Like life is universal, you know. So like there's nothing such as I don't owe anyone anything.
Exactly.
So like that's the most narcissistic thing to say.
Thank you.
I mean, like you owe the world something. You were basically placed in this world for a purpose.
For a purpose, I like that.
So that you benefit this world, you know. Whatever you do, though, like whatever that I do, even to myself, it's going to affect other people.
Sure.
Like that's why, like that's just how universal.
You know, the last time I met Kelly, she said, a morally upright human being.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. You came to pick me up. You're not expecting bums in return. You know what I mean? Some other dude would be like, hey girl, thanks for the podcast. Can I get your number? It's really sharp. Was it you? You never wish I get. You know, you are. You're a good person.
Yeah, dog. So like we owe each other a whole lot of things.
Yes.
Like this thing about we don't owe what do like that's some kind of got like the problem with us today is social media, guys.
Yes.
You know, like this thing is selling people wrong principles, wrong ideas, wrong beliefs, wrong. I got like just wrong everything. Yeah, I do. You get it?
Vacation.
Yeah, dog. You know, like even if indeed I go on vacations, Kokasani, that's not my everyday life, dog.
Exactly.
Like pressure on social media has led to boys and girls selling their bums. Like boys are sleeping with men, bro.
Yeah, dog. You know, it's just fucked up. And I always wish people would understand this, guys. It's okay to struggle.
Thank you.
Part of life. It's part of it.
We had that conversation.
Yeah.
Expected.
It's part of it. Could even if you are the most believer among believers, get into the Bible. All those characters struggle.
Suffered some persecution.
Exactly.
Frustration.
Before they go to the purpose, dog, they struggle. We can talk about Moses, Joseph, everyone, bro.
Everyone.
Job,
bruh. Struggling is
even Jesus.
Jesus is bruh.
Yeah.
It's a season. And it's fine. It's okay for you to struggle. You get it? Just let life be. Just lose control of life.
Surrender. Don't lose control.
You get it?
My camera is complaining here.
Yeah, okay.
Let's call this one a day, and hopefully I'll manage to deceive you guys again.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
And then we can never.
You can ask. You don't have to deceive us.
Okay. I'll DM you. Joey, thanks so much, bro.
No sweat,
Thanks so much, bro.
Yeah, man, anytime,
Katie,
bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Yeah, but it's norm you know when you're in this podcast, you always close it with a poem. Okay, just one verse.
Timisani, you keep doing this to me
I'm sending you art, bro. Come on.
So crazy because I've only just started writing. Can I read it?
You can.
Okay. There is a thing in the desert. At first glance, it looks like a man, but its lower half, its body is undone. There is a thing in the desert, half man, half thing. See, its altar is the temperature of the dunes, much like the Kalahari, hot at noon, cold as fire at dusk. It has a name, this spirit. There is a thing in the desert, sent to mimic the roar of true kings and priests. There is a thing in the desert. It has the mouth of a serpent, but the body of a man. It eats its own tail. Eurobos Jezebel. A blasphemer too full of his entrails, with his own tail to know when to stop. Dare he sense another's essence. Dare his flat-faced nostrils sniff out the pollen of the wild. The honey of the bees or the milk of another's vibrancy. There is a thing in the desert. If you close your eyes, its trail spells out narcissist.
That's deep.
No, that's dope.
Who are you talking about? What are you?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Look, she's even blushing.
Yeah. I'm talking about a man I thought was going to lead me into life, and he led me into a grave where I forgot I was a poet. I forgot.
But that means maybe they've created bus stop where the low men will come and pick you up.
I like you guys. Yeah. I really do. I wrote about, and when I asked God, why is this happening to me? The answer was there's so many men and women who experience this very violent spirit and don't have the language. Mm-hmm. But I've given you the gift of being an orator. So go and tell your story without shame.
And then the other thing, in life, you haven't met everyone who loves you.
This guy. Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You haven't met everyone who loves you, so don't give up on it.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I feel like, everything happens for a reason.
Does it, Joey?
Yeah. Okay. Next time we have to write a poem about us.
I really will. Shout out.
That's something that I've learned. God is in control of everything. Including your enemies. Yeah.
You like this guy.
Yo guys, should we sign out?
Yeah.
This my podcast now.
Alright, cheers, guys.
Disney, like, thank you so much for having us, man.
Thank you
so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I'll call you guys again next month.
Awesome.
Come on in,
Saluta.
Yeah.